was falsely accused of cheating by my wife, lost my kids, and spent years rebuilding my life. When she found out I won the lottery, she tried to sue me for alimony. I turned the tables in the most unexpected way. I'm a 34-year-old guy, and my life was pretty much perfect until 3 years ago. I had a beautiful wife, Sarah, 2 amazing kids, Emily, 8, and Jake, 5, and a steady job as a project manager at a construction firm. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. Life was good, or so I thought. It all started when Sarah began acting off. She'd come home late from work, her phone always face down, and she'd snap at me over the smallest things. At first, I chalked it up to stress. She was a nurse, and her job was demanding. But then the accusations started. Out of nowhere, she accused me of cheating. I was blindsided. I'd never so much as looked at another woman since the day we got married. I tried to reassure her, but she wouldn't listen. She'd cry, scream, and storm out of the house, leaving me to explain to the kids why Mommy was so upset. Things escalated quickly. One night, she came home with a black eye. She claimed I'd hit her during an argument. I was horrified. I'd never laid a hand on her, ever. But she stuck to her story, and before I knew it, the police were at our door. I was arrested, charged with domestic abuse, and slapped with a restraining order. I lost my job, my reputation, and worst of all, my kids. The court granted Sarah full custody, and I was only allowed supervised visits once a month. I was devastated. I spent months in a fog trying to figure out how my life had spiraled so out of control. I hired a lawyer, but Sarah's accusations were damning. She had photos of her injuries, texts from friends who claimed I'd been flirting with other women, and even a fake restraining order from a neighbor who said I'd been violent. The judge believed her, and I was left with nothing. But I wasn't going to give up. I moved into a tiny apartment, took odd jobs to make ends meet, and started rebuilding my life from scratch. It was hard, really hard, but I kept going for my kids. I wanted to prove to them that their dad wasn't the monster Sarah made me out to be. Fast forward 3 years, I'd finally started to turn things around. I landed a decent job, saved up enough to buy a small house, and even started dating again. My relationship with the kids was still strained, but I was making progress. Then, out of the blue, I won the lottery. Not just a little scratch-off, I'm talking $50 million. It was life-changing. I paid off my debts, bought a new car, and set up college funds for Emily and Jake. I even started a charity to help other men who'd been falsely accused in custody battles. That's when Sarah showed up. She came to my door one evening, looking like she'd just stepped out of a soap opera. Tears streaming down her face, she begged for forgiveness. She said